hopefully it's not too loud in here because I'm driving on the highway. But what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. This is my first video, so I don't have an intro or anything. Not good about being in front of the camera, but we'll do our best. So I'm going to the race clinic, which starts at 7:15. Well, gates open at 7:15, and then the actual race starts around 10 or 11 o'clock or so. It goes till about 4 p.m. So this is going to be my third time racing, so I'm quite a novice. It's a very similar track layout to the first time I was there. We're going to be racing in the Classico counterclockwise, instead of turn 1 being sort of a sharp left turn into a big wide right. It's now going into the S's, which lead into the Contino Carousel, and then that goes all the way up around Silk to Hairpin, which I'm all familiar with. So really the only difference between this track and the first time I came to race is the S's, the first 2 turns, essentially. So I feel like if I can focus on those first 2 turns during the clinic and get pretty comfortable with those, turn 2 is the last time you brake, and then it's just pedal to metal all the way around into the hairpin. So that's going to be a really important turn in terms of keeping that momentum. Yeah, those are my main goals. I'm not expecting much. I'm not going to be getting any podiums here, but at the very least, I'm just going to try to shave off my time and get more comfortable on the brakes, essentially. So yeah, I'm excited. So yeah, thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you find this video entertaining. Let's get to it. Okay, doing a little track walk. Already did the first track walk for the clinic, but figured I'd come back out here now that the clinic is over. Just do my own track walk. Take a look at the lines again. Look at the parts that I feel like I'm messing up on. Hopefully we want to be starting way up there. Right there, that's where we want to start. All right, so this is what I call the hairpin of death. This is a very difficult corner. So there's going to be a lot of action out here, a lot of carnage, a lot of overtake opportunities, and it's a pretty crazy corner. That's basically my track walk. This is the first qualifying session. So this kart was a little uncomfortable for me. I couldn't adjust the seat position here, as you can see me messing with it right before going out on track. The seat was just kind of stuck, and I'm quite a short guy, so usually I need the seat to be almost all the way forward in order to reach the pedals at a comfortable distance because my legs are so goddamn short. So that was a little annoying. Couldn't really reach the brake pedal, which I felt like was kind of messing up my braking. Even with that, though, I felt like my pace was really good. And more so than ever before, I was basically coming into a lot of slower karts ahead of me, which was kind of messing up my qualifying time. So you'll see just a short montage here of tons of karts just kind of getting in my way and messing up my lap time. So I think over the course of like 8 laps, I probably had to pass at least 6 or so drivers ahead of me, which really messed up a lot of my lap times. So that was kind of frustrating. And the most difficult part about it is in the qualifying session. If you're going to overtake, if you're going to pass someone, you have to make sure you do it with no contact whatsoever. So you saw me waving at that guy that I hit there. That was not a frustrated wave or a rude wave. That was more just a wave because, again, you're not supposed to make contact, and I made contact. Ultimately, it was his mistake, not mine, but I still like to kind of like wave as just a polite gesture. So anyway, so that was my qualifying session. A little bit of an uncomfortable kart, but overall, I still qualified P10 for my heat race. So pretty excited about that. So this is me checking out the charts and seeing my name at P10. Getting ready for the heat race. I did not realize that my GoPro was recording here. So here I go to get into my kart and not realize I'm recording. I sit down, I go to hit the record button on my GoPro, turned my camera off. So unfortunately we don't get any heat race. But that's okay because my heat race was pretty terrible, and I qualified P15 for the main race. So back in P15, getting ready for the main race here. That tire kick there is a really great strategy. I use that every time. I usually get a pretty good start from that. So right away into turn 2 here, I'm a little aggressive there, not really braking as hard as I should have. I'm going to get a warning for that. This little bump there is fine. Usually a little bit of contact bumping from behind is totally okay, as long as you don't push someone off track or gain from having pushed them. But if you're pushing too hard, like I did in turn 2, you're definitely going to get a warning. And you'll definitely see at the end of this lap or the next one, I can't remember, that I do get a stick pointed at me from the marshal warning me not to do any more rough contact like that. So anyway, we're going to get past the driver in P14 right there on the hairpin, going around the outside. I tend to prefer to go around the outside on the hairpin. Like I said, going around on the inside is a lot harder. You can do it and get an overtake done. A little bit of a weird situation there, bumping into that kart 50. He, I just accidentally drove into the wall and kind of messed up my line there. Overall, it's going to be fine. There's the marshal pointing at me, saying, don't do that again. So get a little bit of a warning there, but it's all good. So we got past P14 on the first lap, and now we're eyeing up this kart number 50. I was feeling really good through the S's and through the Contino Carousel, which was really great, because that was one of the main corners that I said in the beginning that I wanted to work on. And over the course of the clinic and the first qualifying session, I definitely made up a lot of time through there, which was great. Narrowly avoiding a big collision on the hairpin of death again. As I said, it is a crazy corner. Because of that, though, I was able to maintain some really good momentum through that and actually got past the next 2 cars ahead of me there, just from that momentum. So outbraking number 48 here on the inside of turn 4, which I was really happy about because I usually wasn't very good at that corner. Now these 4 cars are going to be kind of like squabbling up ahead. This is not, the last corner before the main straight is not the corner you want to be fighting for positions on, because you're just going to have bad momentum through the entire first straight. So because of that, I get past the next kart. Now I'm going to have a really good fight here through the S's and just squeezing in that tiny little space here in the carousel. Just able to make that work. That felt really, really good. If you're not going for the gaps, then you're not a racing driver. So, alright, so I mean basically at this point in the race, I've made some really good overtakes. I've gained a bunch of positions, feeling really good. But a lot of the cars ahead of me definitely are faster than me. They qualified ahead of me, and so now the struggle is going to be to keep up with or catch up with some of these faster guys ahead of me and see if I can make up any more positions here. So we'll see if I can. Get bumped from behind here, messes up my corner there. That was a shame. So I kind of lost some momentum on that corner. That corner, the whole day for me, I was not very good on that corner to begin with. So anyways, I get pretty lucky here, capitalizing on these drivers ahead, fighting, and it actually gives me a really good run down the main straight. Able to get past this driver right here. Like I said earlier, I was feeling really confident through the S's and through Contino. That was definitely the one section that I was actually gaining time on maybe some of the faster drivers. So kind of what I was focusing on now at this point was just trying to limit the amount of mistakes I was making and just try to slowly scrape away at the time. That was a pretty good hairpin turn for me there. I was very inconsistent on the hairpin, but yeah, just trying to scrape away the time here, make as few mistakes as possible, and just knowing at the end of every lap, or at the beginning of every lap I should say, that I was hopefully going to be able to make up a half a second or so through the S's and through Contino. So jumping ahead here to lap 7 now, as you can see, I've actually lost time to the driver ahead of me. We were basically the same speed through the S's. I couldn't really catch him there. And then I had made a mistake through the hairpin, and then a mistake in bypass as well. So messed up lap 6, and then you could see the beginning of lap 7, I had 2 drivers right on my tail. So as you can see here through the hairpin this time, I'm taking a much more inside, much more defensive line, because I know they're right behind me and very, very close and probably able to do a lunge, which he does here. Takes a lunge on the inside. Really good move by number 53 there. And now I try to come back at him on the inside, not really able to make that work, not quite close enough. He's able to sort of pull away from me here on the main straight. So I know I'm faster than this kart 53. I've passed him before. Granted, I passed him because he was fighting with another driver ahead. So I'm definitely quicker than him through the S's here. I get a good run on him up this back straight, up the hill. Almost able to go side by side with him here, but I just sort of lose my overspeed and not really able to get past. He takes a really tight inside line here for hairpin, so not able to get past him here. So now I kind of misjudge here. I'm right on his tail. I'm just seeing blood. I'm ready to overtake him, so I try to take an inside line through bypass, I think this is, or through turn 4, wind up pushing him wide, and because I got the warning earlier, I decide, that's no way to overtake someone. If I can't overtake someone properly, then I'm going to cede the position back to him, and ultimately I'd rather lose a second of lap time, give up the position, and not get a penalty where I could be losing 10 seconds in 3 positions, I know I'm faster through the S's and through Contino, so I know I'm going to make this time back up, and exactly that happened. So feeling really good, knowing I'm faster than this Kart 53, and basically it's a repeat of lap 8 here in lap 9. Getting right on his bumper, trying to, basically am able to get past him through this corner and then take the inside line through hairpin, and able, just barely you could see there, to make that move stick. That was pretty awesome. But in the process of getting that overtake done, I have lost a lot of time to the drivers behind me who have started to catch up now. And I'm highly aware of that. You could see me looking over my shoulder, trying to just get the best line I can through these corners. But lo and behold, there's, what is his number, 45 back again. I overtook 45 a few laps ago, so I feel like I'm faster than him. He kind of pulls off this dirty move here. I'm not sure if I agree with what he did there. Here's a quick replay. He just kind of comes back and pushes me all the way to the left side of the track, which was really frustrating, and because of that, now I lost track position again to 53. So I spent 2 laps trying to get past 53, overtook him twice throughout this race, and ultimately he was able to come back. Props to him for taking advantage of me fighting with number 45. So great racing on his part, but ultimately really frustrating for myself because I felt like I was faster than both of these drivers ahead of me. And now I'm in P9, and I feel like I should have been or could have been in P7. So that's kind of a bummer, but I did start P15, so I have made up at the end of this race, final lap. These guys are too far away to get past them at this point. So I'm going to finish in P9, and that's a 6 position gain by the end of this race. So my goal, in my head going into this, I was hoping, that if I could improve enough, I'd get P10 or, get in the top 10. My previous best placing before this was 15. So the fact that I got even better than P10, scoring 9th place, I was over the moon. I was super, super, super excited. So yeah, you see me just giving the thumbs up to 53 here. Great race from him. We had a couple of really awesome moments throughout the race. So yeah, that is Classico Counterclockwise round 9. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, maybe I'll make some more. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys later.